today's video, I will be making a working B-21 stealth bomber in Minecraft. Make sure to subscribe. I'm really close to 300 and I have a goal of hitting 500 by the end of summer break. With that, enjoy the video. The B-21 Raider is a flying wing, which is a plane that is only the wing. It does not have a tail or a fuselage. It is just the wing. That's to reduce drag and make it a lot more stealthy, which is why I thought this would be cool to make with Aeronautics. I have made two flying wing type planes before, and those being my B-2 and B-21. Now, this will be different because this is with Aeronautics. I still will be making it the same, and by that I mean the design. The way I made my last stealth bombers is I built them like this, where essentially I made it a right angle, and then I just rotated it. Now, I have seen some people build them like this, and this works, but personally, I'm not really a big fan of the block gaps that you see here. It doesn't really look actually smooth, which is why I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be using this design for the plane. With that out of the way, let's hit the time lapse. Okay, so after a lot of building, I have the desired shape I would want for the B-21. Now, because the way I'm building it is I'm building it diagonally, like I did with my last B-21, which makes it really hard for the landing gear. I've been sitting here for like 20-30 minutes just trying to figure out what to use, and I ended up using the black Locomotive smoke box because it has both little knobs that look like the center of a wheel, and it still looks decent when you're staring at it from this angle. I've also come to the realization mechanical bearings actually will push the physics density. So if I press space, the wheels retract. If I press space again, they actually push it up. So the landing gear is done. Now, when I built this previously, I used VS Tournament thrusters to power it. Now, we do have VS Tournament, but it's 6-way thruster, so it applies thrust in every direction, which is not what I want. So I'm going to have to figure out a way to make it go forward, and I most likely will be using the encased fans from Create. If you didn't know, these will actually provide thrust. So as you can see, it has the wind particles. It still won't push it because of how heavy this is. If we grab a contraption diagram out, and then this is the plane so far, and it even shows us the propulsion force, which is not going to be enough. And we can go over here. Total mass is 733. It is only pushing 70. So it has to push over 600 to actually be able to get it to move fast enough to fly, I believe. I'm going to play around with some of the blocks to see what actually gives it enough propulsion to take off. I have added a couple new mods, most noticeable being Distant Horizons. This is one of the things I was struggling with because of my render distance, so that's nice to have. I also finally figured out how to use the thrusters. They provide thrust based on which side you power them by. So if I wanted to go up, I would power it on the top and it would start pushing up. So I don't need the creative thrusters from propulsion anymore. I've also gone ahead and added create compact flaps. What this essentially adds is a flap bearing very similar to the one from Clockwork, where you can change the rotation like it's a torsion spring and a mechanical bearing in one block. This is very helpful because I can make planes a lot smaller without having to make them huge, and they work pretty well with crate drive-by-wire. I still need to do some fixing with the links. Not everything is hooked up properly, and I need to add a lot more thrusters for this to actually take off. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe, as I have a goal of hitting 500 subscribers by the end of summer break. I'm 6 away from 300 at the time of making this video.